Welcome to Lit with Ernest, where we cut through the noise and get to the heart of the matter. Today, we're tackling the Federalist Papers, a collection of essays that's as relevant now as it was when they were first published in 1787. These papers are significant not just because they help shape the United States Constitution, but also because they represent some of the most lucid and persuasive writing in American history. The historical context is crucial here. The Federalist Papers emerged during a time of great uncertainty, when the newly independent colonies were trying to figure out how to govern themselves. Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay, the authors behind these essays, were attempting to convince their fellow citizens that a strong central government was necessary for the young nation's survival. It's like trying to navigate a treacherous river without a map. You need to know where you're going and how to get there. The Federalist Papers were written in response to the opposition to the Constitution, which was ratified in 1788. The essays were published in various newspapers and later compiled into a single volume, providing a detailed explanation of the Constitution's provisions and the principles that guided its creation. In terms of literary background, the Federalist Papers relates to the Enlightenment tradition, which emphasized reason, individual rights, and the social contract. The authors drew on the ideas of thinkers like John Locke, Montesquieu, and David Hume, who had written about the importance of limited government, separation of powers, and the protection of individual liberties. The Federalist Papers also reflects the influence of classical rhetoric, with its use of persuasive language, logical argumentation, and appeals to emotion. For example, in Federalist Numeration 1, Hamilton uses a rhetorical question to engage his readers: whether societies of men are really capable or not of establishing good government from reflection and choice, or whether they are forever destined to depend on accident and force. This kind of language helps make complex ideas more accessible and memorable. One of the significant themes in the Federalist Papers is the balance between individual freedom and collective responsibility. The authors argue that a strong central government is necessary to protect individual rights and promote the common good, but they also recognize the dangers of tyranny and the importance of limiting government power. This tension between individual liberty and collective security is a recurring theme throughout American literature, from Herman Melville's Moby Dick to Mark Twain's The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. "O dour past a nation, but a dominus cost an ass." 10. Madison writes about the dangers of factionalism and the importance of representative government in preventing the tyranny of the majority. This idea is still relevant today, as we grapple with issues like income inequality, racial justice, and the role of money in politics. The Federalist Papers also showcases innovative techniques and literary devices that were groundbreaking for its time. The use of pseudonyms, such as Publius, allowed the authors to speak with a unified voice and to distance themselves from their personal opinions. The essays also employ a range of rhetorical strategies, including metaphors, analogies, and allusions, to make complex ideas more engaging and persuasive. For example, in Federalist Numeration 51, Madison uses a metaphor to describe the system of checks and balances. In framing a government which is to be administered by men over men, the great difficulty lies in this: you must first enable the government to control the governed, and in the next place, oblige it to control itself. This kind of language helps to create a sense of clarity and purpose, making the Constitution's provisions more understandable to a general audience. The cultural impact of the Federalist Papers cannot be overstated. These essays have influenced American literature, politics, and culture in profound ways. They have shaped our understanding of government, individual rights, and the role of the Constitution in American life. Works like The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and Moby Dick reflect the tensions between individual freedom and collective responsibility that are central to the Federalist Papers. The essays have also inspired countless adaptations, reinterpretations, and works of fiction, from films like Lincoln to plays like Hamilton. In addition, the Federalist Papers has had a significant impact on American political culture, with its ideas about limited government, individual rights, and the importance of civic engagement continuing to shape our national conversation. In conclusion, the Federalist Papers remains essential reading for anyone interested in American history, politics, or literature. They offer a unique window into the minds of the nation's founders and the challenges they faced in creating a new government. As we navigate our own complex world, these essays remind us that the principles of justice, equality, and liberty are worth fighting for. That's all for today's Lit with Ernest. Like this episode if it hit true. Share it if you respect honest talk about books. Subscribe because we'll do this again. This is Ernest, signing off.